Your higher self will always want you to face fear. Why? Why does our higher self want us to do stuff that we're afraid of, that we don't want to do, that we're scared of? It's because on the other side of that fear is love and is presence. Have you seen this, man? Have you noticed that when you do something that you're a little bit afraid to do, and you do it, and you cut through that resistance, where you end up is a higher state of being. You feel better. Oh, I'm so glad I went out. Oh, I'm so glad I went to that thing. Oh, I'm so glad I spoke to that person. Your higher self wants you to do these things. It actually wants you to face yourself in other people, through things, through events, whatever. It wants you to do difficult shit. Because as you do difficult shit, do you move through your ego and into your higher self? This is not a belief. It's just what happens when you face reality. So if it's not clear, man, that feeling to do that thing that you're really not sure about, there's lots of arguments against doing that. It's much easier to just not do that. Maybe stay at home. Maybe just call it quits. That's the game, man. That's your ego putting up a defense. It's made out of fucking imagination. It's just your thoughts protecting you as a barrier. It's all illusory. Your higher self wants you to smash through this barrier, to penetrate through this wall, and to be in the world as love. It does not want you to play small and do some overthinking bullshit where you're coming from ego. The way to tell if you're doing this or not is, am I playing defensively? Am I worrying? Am I thinking about what might happen so I can protect myself? No. You're always safe in the moment. Use the moment. If you die to the moment, right now, you'll be safe. How you manage anxiety is by doing this. It's by doing a very, very spiritual thing. Because the energy of spirituality is high consciousness. It will push you towards your higher self. This is opposite to your lower self. When you're afraid, when you're thinking about, it's literally just thinking, man. It will begin with your thoughts. It will only exist in your thoughts. My advice is literally, man, consider stop thinking. Consider stopping thinking. And do the thing anyway. Do what you are afraid of. Schedule it in. Get it in your diary, man. Get it in your calendar. And show up. Without your mind, though. Drop your mind. Come as your higher self, man. What's delivering this video right now is not Seb, brother. He's just there, just chilling. The higher self in this being is speaking right now. And it's completely present. The universe within me is speaking. It's telling you to do the thing. Do the thing, man. Always do the thing. Great life advice right there. Just do the thing. I think there's a quote by, I think it's Ralph Waldo Emerson. I can't remember what it is. I think it's just do the thing. Something like that. You'll look it up. Fear is always going to be there, man. Fear is always going to be there. Which is why you've got to start seeing through it. You've got to start seeing from a higher level of consciousness this thing which will always be there in the way. However, it will only be in the way if you let it, if you come from lower consciousness ego. What I mean by this is thinking, having thoughts around a future scenario, protecting yourself, worrying about yourself, having anxiety and believing in that shit. This is ungrounded. It's not conscious. It's fear-based. This is the game that your higher self is playing with you. This is the universe having fun with itself. What it wants you to do is actually it wants you to be your higher self. You want yourself to be your higher self. And how you're going to do that, man, in life is you're going to do hard things. You're going to do shit you're afraid of. It's a very direct way. Spirituality is hidden, man. It's hidden in everything. People say, "Oh, I'm really afraid to go out, to leave my comfort zone." What that really is from a higher consciousness perspective is that person moving into their higher self and into love. We just call it comfort zone because that's in the world, that's how we call it. That's what we call it. Really, from our bigger fucking paradigm, from a spiritual paradigm, from a consciousness paradigm, that is the higher self within them calling them to move into their higher self. What's comfort zone, man? Comfort zone is ego, and it's ego survival. This is not the way to live. It's not the way to live, man. You've got to come from your higher self. You've got to come from love and from presence and from high consciousness. This is the way to live. Where do you think we're going with this work? It's a fucking spiritual place. Where we end up is a very conscious place. It's a place that is always having less and less ego there. We're always just chipping away at our egos. Always just letting in a bit more higher self, bit more higher self, bit more higher self, until we become the higher self. Until we start to embody it completely. This is the goal of the work. It's to be your higher self. A couple of days ago, someone commented on a video, "What's the goal of this? What's even the point?" The goal is higher consciousness. It always will be, man. It always will be. If you can't see that yet, you've got some work to do. And that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. That means you've got some good spiritual work to do, to move through, to evolve yourself. That's exciting, man. Look forward to it, that's the best bit. But man, if you can't see that the goal here is to, to do these things, to become more high consciousness, to awaken yourself, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's it. That's the goal. And really, I say that's the goal. That's me saying this now in 2023. I wonder what will happen if we ask that question again in 3 years. What will come out there? What will the higher self within me say? Probably some even cooler high consciousness shit. I imagine so. For now, though, let's stick to the topic. Do those things that you are afraid of. Identify those things that you are afraid of. Do them. Do them. Always do them. Don't not do them. No, do them. I promise you it's the way. You will feel relieved afterwards. You'll finally be like, I didn't resist it and I did it and it felt good. I feel more like myself. I can be myself. I feel relaxed. Why? It's because you've got more consciousness. When you face fear, your state raises. You're not in your own way as much. It's the magic of spiritual work, man. It's moving you out of your own way. That's a lot of this. What we are talking about, it's moving you out of your own way. Okay, man. That's going to be it for me. If you're inspired by this, if you resonate with my stuff, I do offer coaching. I also offer mentoring. If you're interested, check out the link in the description. Otherwise, my friend, love and peace.